The essential question today is how do I draw and interpret box and whisker plots? A box and whisker plot divides a set of data into 4 parts. The box extends from the lower quartile, also called the first quartile. Sorry about the interruption. First quartile to the upper quartile, also known as the third quartile. The median is the second quartile. Excuse me. The whiskers extend from the lower extreme to quartile 1 and from quartile 3 to the upper extreme. Otherwise known as the minimum and the maximum. Okay. It's important to know that the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile is called the interquartile range. Upper quartile and lower quartile. %50 of the data is in the interquartile range. All right, keep in mind, each piece of a box and whisker plot contains 25% of the data. No matter what the graph looks like, data is in each quartile. 1/4 or 25% of the data is in each quartile, and 1/4 or 25% of the data is in each part of the graph. Give me a minute to remember what I was thinking when I made these notes. So let's look here. We have a box and whisker plot. Okay, this is my minimum, and here is my maximum point. If I actually follow these points down to the number line, I know my minimum is 17. And my maximum is 20. Ooh, I was about to say 24, but look at it. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21. So let's see. This is half. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces in between. That's kind of unusual. 100 divided by 6, roughly 0.15 for each one of these tick marks. So that means my maximum is going to be 23.15. My median is right here in the center. And in this case, my median is 20. First quartile, or lower quartile, is 18. Upper quartile quartile. Or third quartile is at 22. 25% of my data is right here in the whisker. 25% is in this part of the box, and 25% in this part of the box. The last 25% right here. Now this is true no matter how the box and whisker plot looks. 25% of the data is in this whisker, 25% of the data in this box, 25% of the data here, and 25% of the data here. It's not the size of the drawing that matters. Okay, the size, how long a whisker is, or how long a box is, that's going to depend on your data. We split the data into 4 equal parts based on the number of pieces of data that we have. In this example, my minimum is 38. My first quartile is 72. My median, 88. My upper quartile or third quartile, 96. And my maximum or upper extreme, 102. Okay, so we're going to put this in our graphing calculator. So let me pull mine up. We need to begin with a list of our data. So stat, edit, and I need to clear this. So arrow to the top, clear, then enter. 87, 96, 43, 76, 88, 92, 96, 92, 94, 96, 56, 72, 84, 80, and 84. Now let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 pieces of data on the list. I am on space number 16 according to my calculator, which means I have 15 pieces of data in my list. Now we're going to turn on the box and whisker plot. Second y equals. You want to press 1, and we're going to press enter to turn the graph on. Okay, now arrow down to type, and arrow over to the second one from the end. This is the one that's box and whisker. Press enter. We're going to use list 1. The color I want to be blue. Press graph. And I don't, ooh, I see a line. I don't want to see a line. If you see a line, go to y equals and press clear, and go back to graph. I'm not seeing a box and whisker plot. Are you? Alright, so let's take a look at our notes and see what we're supposed to do. Oh, it says if we can't see the box and whisker plot, change the window. So window, and actually I'm going to use zoom, that's going to be easier. And I want 9 for zoom stat, zoom statistics. Well, now there's my box and whisker plot, and it matches what I've got here on the graph. Now here is the beautiful thing about the graphing calculator. Press trace. And we start off here at the median. And my cursor is blinking on that middle line in the box. And my median is 87 according to the value here at the bottom of the calculator screen. Arrow over, quartile 3 or upper quartile is 94. Arrow again, my maximum or upper extreme is 96. Let's come back. Quartile 1 is 76. Minimum or lower extreme is 43. You don't have to do any of this work by hand. Your graphing calculator will give you all the values you need. Okay, this screen just goes on and tells you exactly what we just did. So we're going to draw the box and whisker plot. And this is something that people often struggle with. Let me move this out of my way. All right, I'm going to write down my values here because when I move the screen, I'm going to lose them. Median 87, quartile 1 76, minimum 43, quartile 3 94, maximum 96. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at the range of all of this. I want to do my maximum minus my minimum. So 96 minus 43. This number line needs to be 53 units long. That's pretty big for a number line. Let's see. What if I go 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And between 40 and 50, I really need to, I need 10 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wow. It's going to be hard to do. Very hard to do. So we're going to cheat it a little bit. Alright, 43, that looks good. And I'm going to write the number right underneath it because I don't have tick marks to line it up with. That's my minimum. My maximum's 96. Looks to be about there. My first quartile is 76. 75, 76. That's a bar. Put the number right underneath it. This is, I think, median's at 87. And my quartile 3 is at 94. Now, I want to connect the quartile to the median to the third quartile and back, making my boxes. I want to come from the dot to the box as one whisker, and the dot to the box as the other whisker. You have to have a number line when you draw a box whisker plot. Ideally, we'd have tick marks for all of these, but this was a huge number line, so that wasn't very practical. Let's take a look at a practice problem here. I want my graphing calculator. Move that out of our way. Stat. Edit. Arrow to the heading, clear, enter. Get rid of all those numbers. 23, 10, 13, 31, 26, 8, 25, 18. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers, and I have 8 numbers entered. Second, y equals gives me the stat plot. I can check to make sure it's already turned on. I'm going to press graph. Once again, I don't see anything. Because remember, we're up here in the 80s, 90s, 100s with this graph. Zoom, stat, which is number 9, is going to take me back to normal numbers. In this case, 10 through 31. So trace. My median is at 20.5. Oops, I didn't that right. Lost my smartboard there for a minute. Let's come back. Quartile 1, 11.5, minimum 8. Alrighty, back to the calculator. Let's go up. Quartile 3, 25.5, maximum 31. Okay, so when I draw this number line, I want to do my maximum minus my minimum. So 31 minus 8 is 23. And I know my minimum is 8, so maybe if I start with 5, 10, 15, 20, uh-oh, a little too big, because I need to go all the way to 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right here at 8 is my minimum. Okay, and then 11, 12, oops, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got all my tick marks. 11 and a half would be right about here. Then connect that. Then our median's at 20.5, right about there. Let's connect it down. Our quartile 3 is at 25.5, right about there. Maximum at 31. Next set of data. So, stat, edit, arrow, clear, enter to get rid of the previous list. 35, 60, 20, 80, 95, 15, 40, 85, 75. Okay, this is 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. I'm right. Okay. So, I hit graph. See part of it. I want to zoom 9 so I can see it all. Okay. Trace. Median's at 60. At 27.5 and 15. Quarter 1, 27.5, minimum 15. I need quarter 3, and I need my max. Arrow, arrow, arrow. Quarter 3, 82.5, maximum 95. Okay, to do the number line, I want to do minimum minus maximum, or maximum minus minimum. So, ooh, 95, that's 80. 80 on a number line. That's huge. I'm really going to cheat this. Okay, let's see. If I start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Goodness. Okay, my median's at 60. I like that. It's right there. Quartile 1 is at 27.5. I'm going to have to estimate that, so I'm going to write it in. 27.5. I'm going to connect. My box. The minimum's at 15. Again, I'm going to write that in because I'm estimating it. Quartile 3 is at 82.5. I'm going to estimate. Connect the box. 82.5. Max of 95. Again, I'll write that in. Wow. From 15 to 27.5, 1/4 of the data is in that little tiny whisker, and 1/4 of the data is in that huge box right next to it. Don't let size fool you. Alrighty, let's answer some questions. What is the median? The median is right here. That would be 20. What is the minimum? 17. What is our maximum? 24. First quartile, 18. Third quartile, Looks like 21 to me. Okay, interquartile range is the third quartile minus the first quartile, so that would be 3. The range is the maximum minus the minimum. So let's see. 24 minus 17 is 7. The lower quartile and first quartile are the same. The upper quartile and third quartile are the same. What percent of the data falls between 18 and 22? Well, I guess this third quartile was supposed to be at 22. So let's fix it. I didn't draw my line very straight. So between 18, well, let's see, 25, 25, 25, and 25. So between 18 and 22, 25 plus 25 is 50%. What percent of the data falls between 22 and 24? 25%. That's 1 whisker. What falls between 17 and 20? That's 1 whisker and 1 box. 25 plus 25 is 50. What fraction falls between 17 and 22? Ooh, so this is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. So between 17 and 22, that's 1, 2, 3/4. What fraction of the data falls between 20 and 22? 1/4. I like this. This is very creatively called a double box and whisker plot because there are 2 of them on the same number line. The study of the effects of caffeine on memory recall was conducted. Volunteers were asked to take a memory test 2 hours after either drinking caffeine or non-caffeine drinks. 85 volunteers drank caffeine and 80 volunteers drank non-caffeine, and the results are shown in the box and whisker plots. Which group had a greater median? Here's my median for non-caffeine. Here's my median for caffeine. So non-caffeine had a greater median. Which group has a range of 5 for 50% of their data? Okay, let's see here what we've got in terms of ranges. From here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. That's not going to work. Let's come. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. So we're looking for 50% to add up to 5. And 50% would be right here in the interquartile range. 25% plus 25% is 50%. And 3 plus 2 is 5. So that would be the caffeine group. Which group has the greater interquartile range? Oh, so all those numbers is useful. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 2 is 3. So it's the caffeine group. Which group has the least range? Alrighty, so it looks like my minimum here is 12. And my maximum here is 22. So 22 minus 12, the range would be 10. For the caffeine group, we're at 24. Sorry, the non-caffeine, we're at 24 and 15. So 24 minus 15 is 9. The greatest range goes to caffeine. All right, need a couple questions and a summary.